And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
To throw is Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Wheeler. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move like and run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got Fuller. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. Richmond. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Saquon just got open.
3rd and long. It's Watson. He sets to fire into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First down, Brissett. Throw left side, complete. It's Flowers. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Well, they brought the pressure, and that meant man coverage behind him, so he's still able to complete the pass.
Even as he took the hit. And that's what you have to do, because I was just talking with a coach the other day, and he said, look, it's not always going to be pretty back there. You're going to have to give me completions. Even when you're taking some hits, sometimes you have to be your own blitz control, for lack of a better term. Got to make completions, step up and make those throws, and he did that.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like he has a spot right in midfield at the 50. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
This blitz don't get to me, this is going to be ugly.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Flowers. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him? Double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. On 1st and 10, Brissett got his man complete over the middle. It's Kelly. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Brissett. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And on the ground they go with the running back. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Do you like it? Was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That's a very difficult 3rd down call now.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Brissett into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
I did not mean to throw that.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
And they'll get him down up past the 15. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big game.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
No. Yes, ma'am. Reset. I'm bringing in this in like 5 minutes.
And they'll go on the ground. And a short pickup there as he'll take this up to right around the 20.
Okay, Mom, I got it.
Gary and Conley, the one to bring him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 48, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Brissett. He's going to let this one go deep. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 49 yards. Back now in Houston. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
Wasn't even a month. It was a short of the bet. I'm just saying.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5.
Here we go. Brad 38. Brad 38.
To throw, Brissett. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Bernardrick McKinney leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6. So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. To throw is Brissett. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
Mini bomb.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Here's Brissett. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That pass play good for 7, but it still brings up a 4th and goal. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we're having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Reset.
On 2nd down, here's Watson. Looking deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Gary and Conley. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll run it here. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast, when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They go play action here on first down. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That's
that nigga Flowers out here showing out tonight, bro.
The Raiders, 59 yards.
Yeah,
they have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on. He's still throwing the football.
He out here showing out, bro.
Why do you need to do this?
He out here putting on the show for the Texas crowd.
As many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A second down throw for Brissett. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. Looking to throw on second down. Watson. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. From the 50, it's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Back to throw, Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Horton. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Do you like it, baby? Freakily.
The Texans on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Now Watson. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's going to go down again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff working right. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was stopped on that play. He's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Come on, let's go. White 90.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Brissett sets to throw it.
Oh, he threw that motherfucker out
going to be incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This one from 48 yards away. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Plus, B-Style throw the ball 100 times a game, you know. Pretty much.
And here comes the Texans now. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Richmond.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end.
Good game, son.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Raiders, It's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the LA Chargers. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
My nigga Flowers just went ape. He just went ape shit. Went 8 catches for 358 yards. You gotta blitz that nigga every down. You can't play him. I'll be blitzing that nigga to sleaze in you.
I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving them. I told him I keep trying to. It was like them in the mountain. Skip school, that's a truth.
Believe it or not, that nigga a decoy. That nigga don't run the ball for real, bro. He just got that nigga to have the threat of saying. That sound about a Barkley day, man. It's probably gonna be an early advance, man. Most of these niggas playing their games now.
I never keep anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to keep 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like them in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it. I made me some rest in the morning. I had me a bit by the morning. I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a sense by the morning.
So you dissing my trade, man? That what you telling me?
Keep me up on the ocean. I had a bump in my shoulder. You got a picture me. Send me the calling. Ready for war Korea. Headlining shows out in Poland. You should be cleaning my mansion.
That nigga Kelly a fool, bro. I can mind keep playing this motherfucker.
And go get to
Get
Dustin.
you in a certain package.
Go clean my crown. They don't make a sound. Clothes on me. White paint on my toes. Listen to new beat. Gonna be mad. Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost. Like who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm next. You gon' lose too. Dripping in the ice. You looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no? I never do anybody, but I got something to do with it. I got the streets on my back. Carry it like I'm moving them. I told him to keep 100, like he trying to move it up. It was like them in the morning, skipping school, that's a truancy about it.
Whoa, okay, that's what's wrong.
I had me some breaks by the morning. I had a sense by the morning. I got on a mink on the morning. The rats keep me up on the ocean. I had a look in my shoulder. You got a bitch. Jumping in the bed with two dogs.
You man. He did it to himself.
My shawty pulling up with a real bad. You too.
No, he did it to
Dripping my
himself.
swag. My tag on. I got it in the bag now. Getting all type of
Well, brownie points. I talked up on this ass with me getting.
Man, you doing all that whining, you down 3-0, man.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I got it. I think it's my fault. What's up, gang? Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these
Cause he is on the
they
link.
broke. They think it's my fault. No call. I want that call. I'm dripping.
I think Bud that nigga is on the rank, man. Check my trade down, man. My trade up out of there, man. Nah, it was a win trade for him, bud. He turned me down. Yeah. Yeah, he only turned it down because he's black. Alright, let me take this bag down. Hello.
No call. I want that call. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the
Hey.
sauce. But she love you, don't cut your
I'm on 10, bro.
Reynolds and Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Right from the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones who don't like. But you look like. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
Me, boy. Throw hands in your fingers. Yo, guess what? Get back, watch you turn to a sinker. Get the fighting like DJ Springer. All of my to the back like a pogo. They popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable to a snake. One ride down to Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a polio. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. Gently. Angry and friends with these. When I was down out of soul had sympathy. But that's how it go when you broke. Now I'm like Mexico. My own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. And no, give me not a thing. So I spend any can on my ring. You can see all my pen in my watch. Got my ex down and walk around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you're not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You're not happy with life, so you rockin' Reeboks on treetops, getting walk. Got a big bands like Sasquatch. Every time you see it, what a no, it's
I
talking
got that
now.
chicken to golf. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. I want that call. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds and Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Right from the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones who don't like. But you look like. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. The ops on IG all the time. I never go live. Wagyu steak, I died. 8 ounce, 255. I can't get fuck you with to groovy you. If I ain't had love for me, I would've tried to get Nicki Minaj. Derek ain't gonna let you slide. Dory ain't gonna let you slide. King of the city, I don't wanna be a big fish in a small pond. Trying to get across that water. I need fans in Vietnam. If you gotta hustle, but you can't stick to the grind, you wasting your time. I need a dub for a verse. I do it for FaceTime before I get to the club. Look at the line. Money ain't changed my heart, but I'm smarter. I guess it changed my mind. And I take care of my in prison. Don't think it's safe inside. I got that chicken to go. A lot of these was lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No call. I want that call. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds and Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Right from the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones who don't like. But you look like. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
tell me slipping, I'm infinitely big through the genesis. Dead presidents, drop a gem on them. On earth, these the last days, go you get money, quiet storm, having thoughts. For the cream, renegade. For the money, only green is the I'm a player on the late night tips, so they see the prototype. Fingertips, reservoir dog to the skull, ignorant. Can I live? Still feel me, kiss to death, forever taking that. 3 boys in the Cadillac, grave digger, kiss to death, forever taking that. She ain't one of the 3 boys in the Cadillac, grave digger. Money on my head, here lies and give me paid, but never take a loss on my head. Only take it when I'm this. I'm gang 3 times on my head. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper name on the head. Too late, you already hit. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Trouble something 96. You wish you could read and know the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a, here I go to the next episode. Ain't in this explosive Beast Coast. The mother, ride or die for money, strictly for money, survival of the fittest. That's the sign of the police. I mean, leave cover, skirt, lean back, give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf, God can't tell me nothing. Right, there's so much sensitivity. I gave you power, 21 questions like you're warning. Watch them flashing like paparazzi. 2 words. Get money. Tonight's the night. Guess it's back on my blood. Rather unique. Bucktown. This on that quiet storm. C-O-N-Y. Top of New York with a pitchfork.
big home now. I got my spawn. Go ahead,
Work tomorrow.
what are you doing? I look so good. Don't call me.
Yeah, vacation over. That it is.